Oh, I thought he was going to make me wait longer. He always has to shift from video to be able to get to the point where he's recording me. And I know he revels that he has to make me wait to speak. And he wishes he could do that every day of the week. So yes, have your fun on Sunday. Well, actually they're called divorce lawyers, aren't they? Yeah. Just kidding, just kidding. So I have had this fascination with these magnificent beasts, the bison, for a very long time and did not know why. And soon after I moved here, a good friend of mine, her husband is a photographer, and he won a photography contest. He took a picture of a magnificent picture of a bison in the snow, in the driven snow like that. And so she had just emailed to people to, please vote for my husband and his picture and stuff like that. So I went on, and then I see this picture of this bison, and I probably went back and looked at that picture every single day, even though I had already voted. But something kept drawing me back to the bison, to the bison, to the bison. I'm like, okay, what's with the bison? I don't know. So I looked it up, and for indigenous peoples, here the Plains Indians, bison is a symbol of abundance because their lives were inextricably intertwined with the bison. They used every single part of the bison for their lives. They wasted nothing. And so the bison for them are sacred. Sacred. They gave thanks for every one that they killed to use. And so for me, it became a symbol of abundance and strength and power, and I've held on to that. That picture is still, I had it professionally framed, it's still in my living room 14 years later because somehow I can't let go of it. And then this whole thing about bison came up again recently as I was thinking about our 2023 theme and stepping into our divinity. And again, I'm wondering, okay, what's bison got to do with this? And yet, when I've watched a number of videos and YouTubes about the bison just in the last week, I've probably done about 3 hours or so about bison. I was fascinated by, they are created uniquely for this harsh environment that they've lived in. And they have thrived, and they were thriving until we tried to decimate them and kill them off. They were thriving when other species are struggling to stay alive in the same kind of terrain. And so, yes, the fact that they have these huge heads and this huge hump, which has all this musculature to help them to hold their heads up, and they use their heads to swipe away the snow and to forage for grass deep down. They also have these powerful muscles so they can run. They can run about 35 miles per hour. They are huge, massive, powerful beasts. And they are bred, they are uniquely made to handle the toughness of life. To handle the toughness of life. In fact, bison move into a storm while other animals move away from a storm. Bison go directly into it and through it because they know the storm lasts shorter if you go towards it. If you run with it, then you're with the storm the entire way. And so they are bred. They have this huge musculature, everything, these huge heads in order to help them do that. That's why they look like that. They are made to handle the storm. And so they go for the storm. When the storm comes, they're in it. And they move through it. And you saw how they just plowed through that snow like it's nothing. And when it snows in the plains like that, we're talking about snow like you can't get out your front door. That kind of snow. And you open it, wall of snow. Built to handle the tough times. And that's what they are. And that's what they know. And when they recognize the storm, they go to the storm. They know their power. They follow their instincts. And they follow the matriarch, who's also following her instincts and her strengths. And for us, the matriarch, the mother, always represents love. Love leads into the storm. Love leads to what we need in order to sustain ourselves, to nourish ourselves, to have all that we need. Love leads the way. Love leads the way. And love always guides us through the storm. Love always prepares us for the storm, no matter how deep the storm is, no matter how fierce the storm is, no matter how long the storm is. We too, in our divinity, are uniquely created to handle the storm. In fact, for bison, there is no storm. It's just what they do. It's just what they do. It's just who they are. And they do the bison thing when the storm hits.
They call it a storm at all.
Yeah, there's no storm. It's just winter. It's just winter. It's just winter. It's just a storm. But for them, it has no negative connotation. It's just life on the plains. This is our life. This is what we're bred for. This is what we do. This is how we deal with it. We follow the matriarch. Need food? Take your big head. Swipe away the snow. Forage for food. It's there. We can get to it when other animals can't, because we're bred for this. So whatever it is we need to sustain us, we can find, because we've got everything we need within us to do that work. We too are uniquely bred, created to face life and to have life, have it abundantly. And sometimes that abundant life contains storms. But it's okay. The good news is it's okay, because we are bred. We have everything here. We've been created with everything we need to handle the storm like the bison. It's a matter of following our instinct, knowing who and what we are, just like the reading I did. God is with us in all things, at all times, in all circumstances, while we work, eat, play, sleep, sing, sit, listen, watch TV, do the things we love to do the things we don't like to do, make choices, laugh, cry, grieve, create, paint, sculpt, cut hair. There's never a time in your life, there's never a moment when God is not with you. when you don't have everything within you to help you through whatever is there, whatever storm you are perceiving. And so as we talk about often, we talk about all the time, because this is really the only talk. My minister friends and I always joke around that there's really only one talk. You're only here to do one thing. We just find lots of ways to say the same thing. That you are divine, you are magnificence itself, you are power and strength and goodness and abundance. Go be who you are. Go be who you are. When the stuff hits the fan, proverbial stuff hits the fan, remember who you are. Be like the big-headed bison. Big head. Like the big-headed bison. Recognize who you are. And if you can't claim it for yourself, just claim it that God's got it. If you got to put it outside yourself to help you get through whatever storm there is, to help you forage to the grass, to whatever it is that you need to sustain you, then put it outside of yourself. But start working on claiming it for you. As you. Go be your divine self. Claim what you are. In fact, bison probably aren't walking around the field thinking, I'm the bison, I'm the bison. Comes the snow, where's the matriarch, where's the matriarch? Matriarch is already in place. And all she does is move forward and everybody gets in line. Oh, there she is, there she is. We're following her. But she's already in line. No matter where she is in the herd, she starts moving forward. They probably, I would imagine, with their animal instincts, they probably know her smell or whatever it is. And as she's moving, they probably know she's moving. In fact, some of the video I watch is that they move like flocks of birds. That now, some places in Oklahoma, they're using these jeeps to move herds of bison around the acreage. And so they may have 4 or 5 jeep that are moving around, and sometimes the jeep get caught in a swirl because the bison are moving around like a flock of birds, because they've got this thing where they just start moving together as one body. And it's the jeeps that are trying to figure out, how the heck do I get out of the bison swirl? Because now I'm swirling with them. They move together. They sense each other. They have an instinct for each other. And so as the lead bison is moving, most likely the matriarch, because they know she is the giver of life. When she's swirling, they swirl. She moves, they move. They don't wait and have a meeting. Oh, should we follow? I don't know if she knows what she's doing. She's following millions of years of instinct and experience, just like elephants. They have these memories where they carry all of this information, and that's how they make their decisions. And they take their herds tens, sometimes hundreds of miles, and end up finding water and food. And they follow instinctually that which always gives them life. If bison can do it, if elephants can do it, we should be able to do it. But we got to turn off the rational mind that's talking to us, that's saying all kinds of stuff, that's got baggage, that's got history, and follow your instinct. Follow your heart. That part of you which knows, I follow love. Where is love taking me right now? Do what love is calling me to do. Be that. Be that which love is calling me to be in this moment for me or whatever is happening in this circumstance. That's going to guide me to all of the joy that I want. That's going to guide me to all the love that I want, all the relationship that I want, all of the fulfilling work that I want, all the prosperity that I want for my family and for myself, all the perfect places to go, all the decisions that will make my life easy, all the things that will return joy to me, all the things that will comfort me in my sadness and in my grief. That which will tell me when to speak, when to be quiet, when to move forward, when to step back, when to sit, when to sleep, when to eat, what to eat, when to move, when to shift, when to stop, when to conclude something, when to sign a contract, when to date, not to date, who to date, who not to date. All the answers are there. All the answers are there. And again, what do we say every single week? It's sitting here inside of us. In fact, it's closer than inside us. It is us. That all good, that divinity, that thing that is powering us through life, that's sustaining us, that's animating us, is also speaking to us at every moment of every day. We got to make our big-headed selves listen. We got to make ourselves listen. We got to get quiet. We got to get quiet. We have to get quiet. As soon as you think you don't know, get quiet. As soon as you get confused, get quiet. As soon as you feel triggered, get quiet. Somebody pushing your button, starting to get angry. If you're lost, get quiet. Get quiet. That matriarch, the symbol of the matriarch, love itself, knows already before you get there what it is you need. In fact, it's probably already speaking to you as you're babbling about not knowing what the heck to do. As you're sitting in your doubt and listening to your fears. All the time, Spirit is speaking to us and saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And even in my darkest hours, my most devastating moments, I hear, I am here. I'm here. Just be here with me. Be here with me, and it's all going to be okay. It all is okay because I'm here. I'm here. There's nowhere God is not. I was just listening to a video I made that I'll probably put on social media tomorrow, but it is about having this foundation for life. And that the key to peace is having a foundation that you have proven works. You can prove that it works. Or that what you believe in probably doesn't. Because if you're sitting there and you're just all over the place and it's like, oh my gosh, you're getting that place where you want to scream, go immediately to whatever it is you believe in. What do you believe in about God? What do you believe about God in that moment? And call on that. Right in that moment. Prove it. Test it right there in that moment. Are you here for me? I've had moments where I've said on my knees, are you here for me? I am hurting. I am lost. My heart is broken. Now what? Now what? And in that moment, I felt something. I felt something in that moment. And I can't put words to what it is I felt, but whatever it is, it allowed me to be in that moment, and I knew I was okay. I knew I was okay. I knew I was okay. So if you're testing and it's not working, try plan B. Or God version B. Whatever it is, the God of your understanding shows up, is always there waiting. It doesn't show up like it's not there. It's always there. You just have to open your eyes and say, oh, you're here. My heart's broken. Be with me. I want to feel you in this moment. I want to feel you in this moment. Help me hold my broken heart. Ask for what you need, people. Ask for what you need, what you think you don't have. Because it's always there. And you will find that you will lumber through the storm. You'll lumber through the storm. Through the storm, not running in front of it. Go straight into the storm. Straight in, straight in. Go straight in. And you'll learn like the bison, oh, that passed. Huh. That worked. Prove God. I mean, I don't know. Growing up, that was probably blasphemous. But that's what God's here for. Jesus kept saying, look for me. Ask for me. Jesus always invoked the Father. Always. Getting ready to do a miracle. Let's do this. And he evoked the Father. Raising people from the dead. Making the blind see. Healing those that couldn't walk. The woman who bled for decades. 5,000 got fed. Wine out of water at the wedding. Jesus always invoked the Father. And that's claiming his divinity. He claimed not just, Father, come rescue me. He claimed his oneness with God. He said, I am here in my divinity, and through my divinity, I make wine out of water. Through my divinity, I raise the dead. in my divinity, the cripple walks. And every person he looked at, he said, okay, now you claim your divinity and you walk. I got mine, claim yours. You have what I have. You have what I have. You have what I have. He said it over and over and over and over again. And the other thing I was reminded about is that do not be afraid is the most repeated sentence in the Bible. Fear not. Fear not. What are you afraid of? I am with you always. I'm closer than your breath, than your fingertips. What are you afraid of? So over and over again, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Yep. The bison, uniquely crafted for the storm. We are no different. We're uniquely crafted for this life. And so whatever you think is coming down the path, you are made for it. You are made for it. So the bison can also be an icon for you, a reminder of what you have, what you are, the power and strength that you have. Biggest land animal. There's nothing that wants a bison heading in its direction. There are plenty of videos of those too. Tourists out with their cameras, taking a picture of the pretty little bison. Till he decides you're on my land. And I can get you from here to there with one little push of my big-headed self. You have it all. We have it all. We are it. And no, we are not all that God is, but all that God is, we are. All that God is, we are. You lack nothing. You need nothing. So let's take this in a meditation. So here in the quiet, what is it? What's that thing this morning that you think you can't handle? Just let it be. Let yourself feel it. It can't hurt you. It won't hurt you because you are bred to handle this. You were created for this. So as you appraise that which you are having some trouble with, some doubt about, want you to praise yourself as a magnificent creature that you are. See yourself as pure light, vibrating energy. And as that brilliant light, I want you to extend a hand forward and see whatever it is, that whatever that situation is in the palm of your hand. Put that circumstance, that problem, no matter how big or small you have judged it, no matter how long you've had it, no matter how much you want to get rid of it, no matter how long you have railed against it and wished it wasn't yours, I want you to hold it in your hand. It's a small, minuscule thing in your hand. Nothing is bigger than your spirit. Nothing is more powerful than your spirit. For you are divine in expression. I want you to close your fingers over that which is sitting in that hand. And let the light infuse that situation, that feeling, that decision, that person, that heartbreak, that conundrum, that challenge. Infuse it with light. Infuse it with light. Let the energy that is you infuse that which is sitting in your hand right now. And keep infusing it with light until you feel it disappear in your hand. And if it's a tough nut to crack, you might have to do this exercise a few more times. But at some point, you're going to open those fingers, and whatever it is will have dissolved into the light, which is you, which is God, which is the all-good, which is the matriarch that represents love. Love which heals all things, bears all things. And that circumstance has dissolved into the light. You have claimed it and healed it. You have faced it fully. Like the bison in the storm, you have walked through the storm knowing who you are. And so whether you still need to work on this or not, we affirm in this moment, yes, and thank you for the power that I wield simply at my command, easily, gracefully, at a moment's notice. I get to call it healed and done. It is healed and done. It is healed and done. So let's take a deep breath. Exhale. Fully relaxed in your power. This quiet, loving, brilliant power that is love. We call it healed and we call it done. Let's breathe in again, holding the space for all those still working with that circumstance. Exhale. Breathing out love and light to everyone here, everyone who hears this message and is still in doubt. We hold the high watch for them. Affirming power and life for and with them. For as creators ourselves, we have the power to heal as well, to bless, to lend our power, to share our power, for it is infinite. Infinite. Yes, and thank you. Yes, and thank you for the all good. That is me, that is you, and that is life. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen.